I didn't listen to dance music at all. I grew up, my dad came from India, and he really loved like the classics, like he loved the Beatles. So I grew up listening to stuff like that, like the Beatles. I really loved Bob Marley growing up. As I got older, I got into rap music, so I got really into Tupac. I was raised in California, so you know Tupac is a California guy. Eminem. Really hip hop was my background. And then I got into pop music, and then from pop music I got into dance music. So it's really been a crazy journey. To be honest with you, I used to think dance music was pretty cheesy. And then I found myself, you know, up to my shoulders in it. So, like when Eminem said nobody listens to techno, he was talking about Moby, you know, and he said let go, nobody listens to techno. Yeah, man, he did not see 2017 coming. Yeah, I didn't either. I want to say it in the right way though, because I don't want to offend anybody, but you know, I think American producers, it's just dance music is like a newer thing. At least at this popularity, it's a newer thing to America. So I think you see younger guys with new ideas coming out of America that are really interesting, you know. And a lot of it to me is like a hybrid between hip hop and dance music. And I think that makes for very interesting results. And the European guys, I mean, they've been the best at dance music for so long that you're almost eager to see people from other places sort of push themselves in, you know? And I think European guys are still the biggest. But it's really interesting to see other cultures, you know, to whom dance music is somewhat newer, and see how they approach it with a kind of, you know, a respectably naive kind of take, you know. Yeah, well, like I was just telling you, I'm half Indian, right? So I was in another group before, and we made pop music, just sort of like fun party music. And then when I wanted to start KSHMR, really the idea came from wanting to dig deeper into my heritage, because I love music and I know it's what I want to do for the rest of my life. But if I was going to start something new, I wanted that to be the last thing that I really dedicate myself to, and I wanted it to reflect my heritage. I wanted my legacy to be something about who I was, not just making songs for some utility, like making people dance or like music they can get drunk to, but I wanted to share a piece of myself in the music, and that's where the name came from. You know, thinking about my roots. I'm Kashmiri American, so it's something that didn't seem to matter to me that much when I was growing up, but then as I got older, I started to care more about my heritage. I really think music and all art is about story. So I think what's really tempting when you start making music is to emulate the music that you hear, and I used to do that a lot. Like, I would just want to make a song as good as somebody's song. And that's educational in a sense, but it's really important to move past that and not just want to stand in the ranks of other people, you know, but you want to tell your story. People always think that it takes luck or something. It's with the internet, everybody can hear you, right? If you think you're not getting plays, it's because people, you know, they don't like your music. You know, you need to keep working. Like, I don't believe in God, really, but my mom does. Who's right, who's wrong? We're never gonna answer it, right? But she lives in a world with a God, and I live in a world where there is no God. That's the truth. That's the only truth that there is, right? So it's just, do you want to live in a world where there's luck or not? People get caught up in this concept of luck. I choose to not live in a world with luck. I'm just gonna work until I get the chance. Man, yeah, I mean, sure. You know, Spinnin really looked out for me, especially Jorn over at Spinnin. He really believed in me. And I remember when I first spoke to them, because they knew about some ghost production work that I had done, you know, and they knew that I wanted to start my own projects. So they came and they hung out with me a little bit, and I told them this big idea, like I wanted it to be all cinematic, and I wanted it to tell a story always. And I just like talked their ear off, and I only had made like 2 songs, you know? So they kind of just smiled at me. I don't know if they believed me or not, but they gave me a shot. They gave me a chance. And it was really important to me that with all the music I made before with the Cataracts, that I didn't use that to leverage myself when I started KSHMR, you know? That I didn't show my face for the first year. So I didn't want that association, and I just wanted it to be a fresh slate, you know? So it was difficult. It was difficult to start from zero, but they really helped me. It really didn't feel like starting from zero because they gave me so many resources, you know? They believed in the music.